Alright, today we're going to be doing some modifications to the Capsule Skateboard. And if you guys aren't familiar with the Capsule Skateboard, it's pretty much indestructible. It's not actually carbon fiber. I know a lot of people think it's carbon fiber. It definitely looks like it's carbon fiber. So apparently the skateboard's actually eco-friendly. You can actually recycle the skateboard when it's done. But I definitely classify this skateboard as like an alternative skateboard, just like those skateboards that are made out of other materials besides wood. Like I've seen aluminum, I've seen other metal types of skateboards, obviously carbon fiber. I mean, I've seen apparently this. I don't even know exactly what this is. You can actually find out more information about these skateboards. I'll leave their website in the description. You can also check them out on Instagram because these skateboards are actually pretty crazy. I've seen Braille videos and they try to snap these things and it's literally impossible. They drop like straight up steel beams on it. It's kind of crazy. So anyways, we're going to be putting rails on this board today. I've been skating it just over a month, 5 weeks now. I try to skate it a little bit each session, just usually when I'm warming up, just to kind of keep testing it out. I do want to see how this board does wear out, see what it feels like over time. And so far, what I can say is that it is getting softer and a little flexier each time I skate it. The reason why I haven't put rails yet on this board is just because I feel like I had to skate it without them first. Most people don't skate rails, so I wanted to kind of experience slides on cement, on metal, because I know once I put rails on, I know how this is going to slide. It's going to slide great. And I think that's why I love rails. It's just because I know it's going to slide consistently every single time. So the homie Tio, actually, before they even sent me the board, he was saying you can screw rails into this thing. And since it is kind of like this thick, like plasticky material, I feel like the screws will actually sink into this really nicely. And maybe it won't rattle as much. I have no idea. That's what today is going to be like about. We're going to definitely put these things on, test out my board slide tilt grinds, and see how it holds up. Because if I'm being honest, when I was skating this board without rails, it was kind of frustrating me just because I do so many board slide tilt tricks and it just kind of like was hindering me and just made it a lot harder to do. So this should make it a lot more fun. Oh my leg. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time doing this right now. So I'm going to try to talk through this pretty quickly. I keep my rails about 2 inches from the edge right here. So I do like to measure it out just so I am kind of consistent. But I'll just kind of like pick a random spot in the middle of the board and I just kind of measure 2 inches out and I mark it. I just marked the spots on the board right here, and I'm kind of excited to test out this first rail and see how it screws in. I'm going to be honest, that first sink went in really easy. That was chill. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so if you're also wondering why my rails are so far in, it's just like I was saying. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but so the further your rails are in, you'll be able to tilt back easier. So when you're doing board slide hurricane, board slide feeble, it'll just be easier to tilt into those tricks. We'll talk about that more when we start skating, but yeah, that's just why they're so close right now. That's probably why it looks crazy, but this is what it looks like normally for me. But yeah, they definitely screwed in really freaking easy. I don't know if I have enough screws. I think I just lost some. Oh no, we're chilling. We're chilling. Okay. Your boy's going to finish this up and then we're going to start skating. So I'm hyped. I probably won't film me putting on this rail because you guys obviously know what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to get this done and I'll get back to y'all. Okay, so we just got the rails on. Things are looking normal finally. So I'm excited to test this thing out. I'm gonna be honest, some of the screws screwed in really easy, and I mean, they all screwed in really easy. I guess some of them kind of like actually caught on something. Some of them just kind of sounded like they just kept screwing in. So kind of similar to wood as well, how like, you know, sometimes when you screw it into the wood, like some of the screws will just like grab real good and some of them are just like, wow, wow, wow. But yeah, anyways, I think I kind of, well, that one's way closer than that one, but it's okay. Kind of wonky, but I think you'll get the idea kind of what I'm talking about. But yeah, so like I was saying too, the board did get flexier. I should have like stood on the curb to show you guys how much flexier it was in the middle. I'm wondering putting the rails on now will give it a little bit more support, so it definitely won't be as flexy in the middle. But you can, oh yeah, you can kind of see some of them didn't get fully in, but yeah, anyways, we'll see if it actually makes the board a little bit stiffer, and obviously it's going to slide real nice. Okay, yeah, right away it definitely feels way more sturdy, because like when I was jumping on this, like you can kind of see the tails like way flexier right there, but the middle, it's actually like a little bit more sturdy. It's definitely sturdier than I thought it was going to end up being, so it's definitely nice. I'm definitely liking that so far. And so this is going to be the flat bar we're going to be testing our tricks on today. It's so funny because like even Luke and I were just talking about it. It is a really tall flat bar. Like I swear if you can lip slide this thing, you can literally lip slide a handrail. Maybe that's a better view of it. Like that's my knee right here, and look how tall this is. Okay, maybe it doesn't look that tall, but I swear when you're skating it, it feels so tall. So now time to put the rails to the test. We're gonna do some random tilt grinds, some board hurricanes, do some warm-ups, some go-tos, and maybe we can do something new. Okay, yeah, that definitely works a lot better, and it just slides. I never really do board slide feeble, so I thought we'd try one out. That was pretty chill, not gonna lie. But like, you see how far in that is? I was able just to like tippy toe into it. It was so easy. Yeah, board to Willie, is that a thing? I guess so. I mean, I guess I've done that on a curb actually. What am I talking about? Just never on a flat bar. That was chill though. So I just realized I've done board slide hurricane, board slide feeble, board slide Willie. So I should do board slide Bardley, so I have all the different board slide tilt tricks, I guess. That's kind of chill. But yeah, so far I've been really enjoying the rails on this thing, obviously. I just felt sliding on this material was kind of inconsistent for me. Also, I wasn't used to it, so just putting the rails on just feels much more comfortable. Wow, that feeble hurricane was so easy on that. Wow, that was so chill. You know what, maybe I actually will do a few switchboard tilt combos actually. Just haven't done a few in a while, so it'd be kind of nice just to do some, you know? Oh, I got away with it. Yeah, I guess time to move on to the front boards. We've done a few backboard variations, and yeah, honestly, I've been loving the rails. It's made a huge difference. Oh yeah, it's so flexy still, that's crazy. Right, I feel like we did a nice thorough test with the rails on the board. It's been pretty good, honestly. We've been skating that rail for the whole session, and these rails aren't like shaking or loose or anything yet, so that's a good sign. I mean, the biggest sign was just the no rattle, and I wonder if there's no rattling because of this material, or if, you know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but it's obviously like the rails are holding in, obviously, you know, they worked. I guess the next thing would be to like try them on like curbs or cement, you know, to kind of get a little like rougher material to test it on. But overall, it obviously worked. As you can see too, it was surprisingly still pretty flexible, but I do feel with the rails, it obviously added a little bit of structure to the board. And don't get me wrong, like I don't think this is gonna like replace the wooden skateboard or anything, but I definitely think it's a cool alternative idea. It's just cool to see companies kind of step outside of like a wooden skateboard and try something new. And don't get me wrong, I do feel like these boards do have some good uses. Like if you're skating like a crusty ass spot, or if you're gonna skate a spot that like you might get your board wet or something, I definitely think this would be a good idea to skate it. Or even if you're like your niece or nephews like wants to maybe get into skating and they're not really sure if they're gonna love it or anything, I swear you could like set this board up for them and it'll last forever in the garage, you know what I mean? So I think that's like another good option for this board. I think they even have cruisers in this material, and I think a cruiser board like this is like probably the ultimate. It's because like it's a cruiser board, you know, like you can just throw that thing in your car, it can be your filmer board, and you don't have to worry about it getting beat up. And it'll just freaking last forever, obviously, you know, which is pretty cool. But overall, I mean, I guess it passed the rail test. That was pretty fun. It's pretty chill. Yeah, comment, let me know what you guys think about Capsule Skateboard. Let me know if you guys skate rails or not. I feel like not many people really skate rails. It's just like me and my group of friends really that skate rails. Let me know. Have you had a bad experience or something? To me, honestly, riding rails is kind of like snowboarding. Like when you ride like a snowboard box or grind a box on a snowboard, it feels exactly the same, which is so nice.